One of the reasons, by the way, why more Americans believe that that the Trump campaign was spied on by the Obama administration than don't, is that the Trump campaign was spied on by the Obama administration, and they've tried to hide it. But we know the name of the spy, right? At least we know that Stephen Halper was in fact deployed against at least Carter Page and George Stephanopoulos, listen to me, Papadopoulos. We know that that took place. Both of those dangles took place to attempt to lure them into saying something that was damaging to them and damaging to the Trump campaign. We also know that there were wiretaps that took place, that there were some sort of electronic surveillance that took place of the Trump building, and we know that there were intercepts of foreign targets that were unmasked to identify the Americans who were in them systematically, hundreds of them, by the Obama administration. And we know that at least in at least 9 cases, according to the Washington Post, right, there were 9 sources who confirmed just the one on just the leak on General Flynn. That's 9 felonies. So we know that there were people inside the Obama administration breaking the law to leak the information to the press, period. It's just a fact.
It's spying. I mean, the only people who would think about wiretapping, think about unmasking the names of American citizens so that the government could listen into them and eventually force them into a contradiction like General Flynn. The only people who would consider, unmasking, sending a spy into dangle, and wiretapping not spying are corrupt politicians who are trying to punish you for your political beliefs. That's the only people who would consider that not to be spying. The default defense from Democrats, Chris, is they say this was court-ordered, it was sanctioned, but it's not legal or ethical or moral, even if a court sanctions it, if the information you gave to the court in order to get the court's permission was faulty or omitted key and critical facts. And we know that those FISA court applications to spy on Carter Page, wiretap Carter Page, neglected to paint the full picture of the Steele dossier they relied on.
Agreed. And, as your viewers, Liz, are watching the coverage tomorrow of the fallout of what you're talking about, I think it's really important to remember that there were 19 attorneys, right? 19 attorneys on the Mueller team. And that most of these individuals had open ties to the Democratic Party or the Obama Justice Department in some way. And that there were 50 FBI agents engaged in a 2-year, $20 million plus investigation with additional support staff at FBI and DOJ. If they couldn't find collusion, and they couldn't find enough evidence of obstruction of justice to charge Trump, why would anyone believe the Democrats and the mainstream media tomorrow when they find it?